it was ugly, the poor turkey. Just to say. That's not what I was going to talk about today, but that. So Christmas is coming. If you're planning on cooking a turkey on Christmas, again, and don't dry your clothes in the microwave. That has happened too, and it's caught it on fire. I could tell you stories, like if we just want to make this, can I join you at the comedy club? Seriously, right? The true stories are the funniest. But I do get phone calls regularly from homeowners asking me, Susan, I have a home warranty, so why do I have to pay out of pocket on some of my repairs? And home warranties cover the equipment and the labor for the equipment, but if things have to be modified, okay, like you're putting in a new hot water heater, right? Or a new AC or heating system. And the technician has to modify the water lines, the gas lines, venting. Those are not covered by your home warranty. Now, home warranties have a little clause in there. It says code permits modifications. And usually it's $250. That $250 would be applied if the modification is required to meet code. Okay? So just say they had to take off the earthquake straps on a water heater, and they're going to have to put new ones. We have to use new materials, okay? Then that is a code requirement, so that $250 would go towards the cost of the straps, right? But modifying the water line or a gas line, those are just installation modifications. It's not because of code. We have to do that, right? You're going to see that they're not covered in the warranty, except if they have the Shield Complete. That plan gives them $1,000 of modification coverage. Not due to code, any modification. So I just want you to know that if you have clients and you're thinking they're going to need a new water heater, it's really old, please make sure you put them in that. Otherwise, they'll be calling you and asking, why do I have to pay $400? Why do I have to pay $600 to put in new vents? Okay, it just, for the difference, like $50 from one plan to the other, that's saving them a lot of money. Does that make sense? Like, it's so complicated. I get confused myself, but those phone calls do happen, and usually the agent tells them to call me.
I have a question. What's the price for like basic, air, and then the coverage, the extra coverage that you just talked about?
Okay, to have that extra coverage, it's the Shield Complete. It is the top plan, so I wouldn't call that basic, but that plan's going to cover the also the roof.
Oh,
so yeah, so that plan's covering the roof, and it's giving them all of the enhancements, the extra coverage like modifications, even washer, dryer, refrigerator is in that plan.
Okay, so you're not going to do basic, air, it's not going to be all separate. If you get
You just say Shield Complete.
And then you get all
$795.
Okay.
Yeah, and our prices haven't changed now. They're staying the same again in 2025. So that's 2 years in a row that we didn't raise our prices. Yeah, so just even if they only have a short, like a smaller budget, let them know we can get this plan. If you want to contribute $100, we can put you in the top of the line and your roof will even be covered too. Or if they don't want to pay the difference, we give them 60 days to upgrade. So you can go with the lesser plan and then they can upgrade it. But at least let them know that, so they're not coming to you and saying you didn't tell me.
Susan, I think you told us this before, and I want to use that more and more. What appliances can I cover during the time of I take a listing agreement?
None. So seller's coverage, we do not cover the appliances. It's $1.16 a day, okay? It gives them $1,500 of coverage during the listing period if something breaks down, but it's for major systems. So it's their plumbing, electric, hot water heater, air conditioning, heating, and garage door openers thrown in there too. But those are the most expensive items, and usually those are the items that pop up in home inspections. So if they have that coverage, and say the inspector calls something out like a leaking toilet, whatever, then they're going to have coverage for that.
So they only have coverage for it, but it doesn't pay the whole thing, right?
Maxed out at $1,500 because we're only collecting $1.16 a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say hot water heater? I mean,
It covers the hot water heater. And maybe I didn't say that.
No, I
but
think you did.
yeah, and you know what I get a lot of repairs on? The pressure regulator on the outside of the house. Nonstop, every month, I get phone calls where they have the seller's coverage and the home inspector called that out and we have to put in a new pressure regulator outside. So, and that's a big expense. So any homeowner is happy just to know they have $1,500. Even if they have some out of pocket of their own, it's still $1,500 less than what they would have. It's great to use that on your listing appointments.
Dumb question. We can only do that for sellers, but let's say if I'm buying a property with the buyer, can I offer that in my offer to the seller and say, hey, I'll cover your home warranty? Can I do that as well?
We have agents that actually write that in their offer, okay? They write in the offer that we're offering this and our buyer will put a home warranty on your home while escrow is, while we're in escrow. So that if things get called out from the inspector, we're helping you have a cushion. And we don't have to go and negotiate, repairs.
So does it have to start when the listing begins, or can it
No.
start at any time?
Anytime.
Even when you open up escrow?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
The risk of that is what if something breaks down before you open escrow?
Right.
Then they don't have it. Yeah, it's so cheap.
That's really good.
And if you don't sell the house, we do not get paid for it. Okay?
What if they
Even if we did an improve, we did a service, and then the seller says, I don't want to sell my house, we changed our mind, you just tell me, Susan, cancel it. You don't pay for it.
Wow.
So it's really, it's such a great tool to use when you're on a listing
I
appointment.
should have asked you that a long time, the buyer side, but I know the listing side.
Yeah, yeah.
So you heard.
So that's really something a little different you can do on an offer. Maybe they're competitive offers. And I have, like I say, I do have agents on every offer that they submit. They put that the seller, that the buyer's willing to put a warranty, which will give them a $1,500 cushion. Because you want to let the seller know it's $1,500 and we're going to cover plumbing, things like that.
Awesome. That's
Yeah. And when you think of your cost, just say it's a 60-day escrow, big deal, 60 times $1.16, right? A day, and you got a listing, how many thousands will you make in commission? It's sort of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Yes, when you said it covers the roof and the plumbing, it's, okay, the roof is up to?
Okay, that's on the buyer's coverage,
Yes.
not on the listing, okay? $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
The leak, slab leak is a cover?
Pardon me?
Slab leak?
Oh, slab leak. You went from the roof to the slab. Yes, we cover slab leaks, $1,500.
For seller coverage, though?
No, this is on, in the seller's coverage, it will cover a slab leak. Because that's,
concrete? You're saying they break up concrete on a slab?
no,
The slab leaks
Okay.
are underground.
yeah, but, okay, here's how it goes. I had one in my own house, okay? I did not want them tear up my kitchen cabinets. They did a reroute, okay? But I have had homes where they were able to break out some and repair a leak, in the slab. But yeah, we do cover slab leaks, whether it's seller or buyer.
So the roof is just up to 1,000 of patching, right?
Yeah, the way that works, it's limited leak repair, okay? So if they have a leak, we will repair the leak. We won't put a brand new roof on the house, okay? Because it's only 1,000. What many homeowners do if they see, we really need to get a new roof, they can tell us, just cash us out. give us the 1,000 and we're going to call our own roofer and they'll apply it to their new roof. But again, it's $1,000 they would not have had, you know? So you have to think about that. It's a cushion for them. It's, it would be nice to get a $20,000 roof, but that didn't happen to my house. But so you're okay with slab leaks, okay, because that's plumbing, and the seller's coverage covers plumbing, right?
Just one thing I want to share too, when you're the listing agent, you don't choose the home warranty for the buyers.
Right,
If the buyer's agent and the buyers choose their own home warranty because you don't want to get sued,
right.
right? So just make sure.
But you can suggest.
One of my old offices, the listing agent chose the home warranty, and the buyer's agent, the buyer were upset because the warranty didn't want to do it, so they sued the agent, they sued the office because they chose it. You're not supposed to choose it for the.
You can't, right, you can discuss with them, look, this is the company I work with. I know they come, you know, they take care of my clients. Here's some other companies, you can make the choice. I'm just telling you this is who I normally work with. But you can't say, we're getting this company. Because I did have something like that happen where the buyer called me. Well, no, they called me because they thought their warranty was with me. Right? Because that's what was on the contract. And they were telling me, you know, this, and that. And I'm like, I can't find your address in our system. They found out that the agent went with a different company. And that company ended up denying. So what you're saying is so true. Be careful of that.
So if you change the warranty, you got to do an amendment.
Yeah.
Warranty company also.
Yeah. And I see that a lot. I have agents in Corona that they will put in a thing for American Home Shield and change it out, but they don't force the hand of their buyer. They just say, this is like who I work with. This person's always taking care of us, but you have choices.
Yeah, because Aaron, you always order the home warranty for the buyer's agent buyer? Yeah. Are you always ordering it? Yeah. Aaron always orders it. Or if you're working with Aaron, he orders it. As long as it's on the offer, he orders it for you.
And it's
Yeah.
transferable, right? If you have a seller's coverage, like say you find the buyer for the property,
Yeah.
it's transferable.
Yeah, and the thing with the seller's coverage, like I just did a repair. This is an agent in Riverside. We just did a repair with the seller's coverage, right? And her concern is, well, what if this breaks down when the buyers, after the buyers, you know, because we give them like 30 days. If something goes wrong, we'll come back out, blah, blah. If the buyers don't get a warranty with us too, then they're at the mercy of the company that they went with, okay? So say that water heater or whatever fails. Now they have to go to the company that they got their warranty with. And what we're finding out is those companies say, oh, well, that was pre-existing. You had that problem, right? Yeah. So if you're using seller's coverage, it's always to the benefit of the buyer to use the same company, okay? Because you don't really transfer on seller's coverage. We just, you know, pay that off, and then we put a 1-year warranty, which is usually the upgraded plan, not the...
Are you still asking for the home inspection report at all?
No, nobody ever has to have a home inspection to get a home warranty.
No, like if they're going to do a claim, just say in 30 days, 60 days, something happens, they call you guys out. Are you guys asking for that home inspection?
The only time is if our contractor goes out and says, just say you just moved in, right? And the garage door opener's not working. And you're only there 3 days. And the contractor goes out and the homeowner's like, we just moved in, all our stuff is locked in the garage, we can't get open. And then the contractor goes back and says to us, this was pre-existing. They've only been in the house 3 days. There's no way this could have happened, right? That's when I would say, did the home inspection show it was working? And then I use the home inspection and say, no, contractor, this home inspection showed it was working. This is not pre-existing, and we override our contractors. So that's the only time I would ask for it, is if it's a tool that'll help me override a denial. but it's not required. Does that make sense? Yeah. And we only go back to them if they're less than 45 days old. Because after that, I mean, they've been in the house quite a while, so it's not like you're looking at a pre-existing issue. Thanks for that question. It's so much to take in. The best thing to do is always call me first. And when you have a client that has a claim, tell them to call me before they put in their request, because they talk themselves out of their own coverage all the time.
Very important, because a lot of clients call the 1-800 number and they always deny it. So I always have my client call the home warranty rep that I use to do the claim before they.
Yeah. Well, I actually coach them and say, look, you've only been in your house a week. If the contractor comes out and asks you questions, you tell them, oh, my oven was working and it just stopped, right? Don't tell them, oh, I just moved in, I can't cook my turkey, and no, because then you're making them think it didn't work to begin with. So that's why I like them to call me so I can coach them. Just tell them I'm not the expert, that's why you're here, it was working yesterday, it's not working today. Because sometimes...
They call the 800, they denied the claim, and then we call the rep, and they fix the next day they were up there, and they fix it within 2 days.
Yeah, because even when they call the 800 number, and this way I always tell them, order your service online. This way you're not talking to a live person. Just put in a claim for your microwave online, right? And now we have an app. I don't know if I shared that. But your clients could just download the American Home Shield app. They can order their service right on their phone. Yeah, it's so convenient. And then they immediately get an email of who is assigned, so they could set up an appointment. But truly, it's better do it online. Just order it. This way you're not saying, oh yeah, I couldn't cook my turkey, blah, blah, because they're writing in the system what that homeowner is telling them at the time they place the service. You looking at that smart watch you got right there? I saw you.
I was going to ask you, if you happen to have, or if you could, can you give me the PDF for, if I go to a listing, me offering the warranty to the seller, and then...
Right there.
Right there?
Seller's
Yeah,
coverage.
that's what I'm with
So it's right on the form, right for you, right under the word seller's coverage. And then you go down and it tells you $1,500 limit.
you. What happens if I'm the buying agent? And I'm offering that to the seller selling me that?
Yeah, same one. They're getting the same one. And you know, you don't have to tell them that you're only paying $1.16 a day, because they're going to get a full contract in the mail from us showing that they have like a $425 warranty. So you don't need to let them know that it's only costing that much. Make sense?
Your prices, guys, I see a lot of agents putting in a lot less than what it should be, and they're putting out of pocket, right? So just make sure you know your prices on a home warranty, especially with the pool.
Yeah, with a pool, you know, if you're getting that top plan with roof and then you're adding pool coverage, you're at $990.
You heard that? $990?
For that top plan, that includes roof with pool and spa coverage.
All right, guys, let's give it up one more time to...
Thank you. Thank you. I was asking about the